Today, I woke up fairly late. So 6 o'clock ako nagising, which is very good. We have the wedding, we have the reception in Manila on the 17th, and then we leave on the 18th morning.
Where are you going?
We're going to Milan again. So, hindi ko na alam. We have like, some days we have 7 shows a day. 7 shows a day, dear people.
Excuse me! I'm sorry, I'm so late, guys. You know, hindi ako ginising kasi ng ano ko. Beer ready na ako. Mga away na to eh. Siya, nakita ko yung mga bulungan! Tagal ng bulungan. Nangangalay na ako sa labas eh. Bulungan eh.
My sister Els. Sila yung nag-shoot ng Mega, yung magandang
Okay, nice. Congratulations.
Ay, tama. Correct.
Hi, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I'm late. Mabilis lang to.
Hindi, okay
Dito na yung gamit ko.
Stress-free day. Beach, my sister Camille.
Hello, hi.
Beach and Els, say hello to the YouTube channel.
Hi, I'm Alex Mejia, and I'm today's creative director for Heart's photo shoot.
I'm BJ Pascual and I'm the photographer for today's shoot. Heart Evangelista time zone started because, well, Heart, during the pandemic, she wanted the shoots to start very early because she wanted to be done by lunchtime before everyone took their masks off to have their lunch, right? By around 5 or 6, rolling na. So we would always start setting up around 4, so you'd be up at like 3, ganyan. But I like it because when Heart has shoots, it's always like one after the other. So it kind of resets everyone's body clock to be like early morning people. And we end up doing a lot more for the day. So we're very productive when it's Heart Evangelista time zone.
Cam, you should really get extensions. You know when mom is trying to brush her hair and she's trying to go like that, but it's not moving because there's only 20 pieces. Ito lang, dyan lang. Yan lang, dito lang. Not even here. Para lang magkaroon ng volume dito. Gets? So nice. It's so nice, no, Ace? Isip pa nila yun. So 5 days before the wedding, and today we had our shoot with, of course, Andrei, BJ, Eds, Isa, May, Hill, and everybody at the Ira. It's such a beautiful dress.
I've done many shoots with Heart, but weddings are always special. I also did some of her previous pre-wedding shoots, but this is extra special because as like fashion gays, we love couture. So there's extra pressure knowing that this was made for Heart by Elie Saab. Yeah.
Siyempre, we got inspired by the Elie Saab piece that Heart's gonna wear for the renewal of VOWS. It's modern, pero makikita mo yung very romantic tsaka classic approach pa rin.
I felt that we really truly needed to not just use it, but really immortalize it.
So we wanted to shoot her in a classic portrait way.
I love that it's different, but also still very classic.
Seeing her in this kind of lighting and very classic na talaga, I guess it will run for so many years and decades.
It's such a special wedding for me because I feel like it's my first wedding because so many things happen in my life. So this was extra special.
Ganda. Igi yung background na pasok mo naman.
It's a very special moment for Elie Saab because they were actually one of the first, aside from Schiaparelli, they were one of the first house that invited me. It was actually through Kevin Kwan. And so I felt that it was really fitting for me to, you know, in a sense, fully embrace them as one of their ambassadors because they're just super nice to me. And even when things were a bit slow, they were always like inviting me. So I love Elie Saab and they did everything super special. Like this dress didn't have the hood. I wanted the hood. They also made my shoes to perfectly match the dress. Usually for weddings it's white, but this one I felt was just right because I feel like I've aged in a sense. So the white kind of aged, so it's now like in a cream tone, and that's why everybody is also in like their cream vibe during the wedding. But I didn't want it to be white because I feel like white is pure, and I mean I'm pure at heart, but I'm not anymore pure. You know, we've dealt with a lot, and this was just kind of fitting and perfect for a second wedding. And of course, they gifted me, I was super surprised. They gifted me the bouquet. I saw this bouquet actually, it was last year in their couture show, and I fell in love with it because the first bouquet I had, which is also by Badang, was the same flowers that Grace Kelly used for her wedding, but I wasn't able to dry it and I don't know where it is. I was so sad about this, and now this one, it's forever gonna be with me and forever beautiful.
Ganda, that's so nice. I wanted to do a lot of options. Me and Elsie wanted to do a lot of options so we can have a lot to choose from. Also because we were all so busy before the shoot, so we didn't really have anything specific. So we kind of had to play around today, but I ended up, as Els predicted, liking the simplest one and the last one we did.
So, syempre, binigay muna namin talaga yung full body and everything. But minsan lang kasi magkaroon ng bride na talaga naka-hood, may cape. Yung posing talaga na parang half and very portrait na pwede talaga isabi sa museum. Yun yung gusto kong achieve. Tapos na-achieve naman. Up to the last minute, ang ganda. Sobra.
Ganda!
Say hi. What do you think? Wag na, iyak ako, sayang sa picture.
Beach things.
Grabe.
Hi, I'm Andrei, a video director from Tidal Studios. So I'll be the video director for today's shoot. Mas nagpunta kami dun sa simplest route, which also apt for Heart's current era right now. Mas calm, mas at peace. It worked in her favor na mas pasok nga dun sa current theme ng wedding nila. Perfect.
Kay Lord dun sa pag-landing na yun. Dami ko naman kailangan to pa rin na promise. Welcome to Balesin. Welcome back, baby girl! You, Ian, Michael, Ray, this is Tess, and welcome. Everybody is getting together. We're gonna have lunch. Over here, you have, this is Jewel and Ian, Nene and April. And then over here, you got Lisa and Sean. Say hi. Bella, did you say hi? Did you see your episode in Singapore? You didn't? You have to watch. Super pretty, and then you were smiling with your teeth. I was like, wow, she's so pretty when she's smiling with her teeth. That's Ate Mitch. Ate Mitch.
Ako yung youngest, remember?
Eva Mendez. Over here you have SIM card. And look, her legs are
The most fragile one.
the most fragile. And this one, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Phil.
Hillary Swank.
Hello, welcome to her vlog.
No, welcome to everybody's vlog. It's a very star-studded.
Welcome.
Kaya 5 cams tayo today. Are you excited for the wedding? After 9 years, she was actually she was at the first wedding. I was sleeping with her the night before I got married. Yes. Wala, kasi diba you sleep separately. Takot ako to sleep separately. So kami dalawa yung magkasama. And then, I think my mom has finally arrived. She made it on time after 9 years being late. She's here. My dad's in the States because he got sick, so he's relaxing. So, yan na natin siya. Basta ang importante, okay ng lahat. Yeah. The day before my birthday, so we're not allowed to celebrate 9, so we're just gonna go back to 38. Ito na ang ating aligaga na groom. How do you feel right now? How do you feel right now?
Tired.
He's tired kasi siya po ang aming wedding planner. So, kain na tayo.
Then when we get to the immigration, she'll say, okay, if they ask you anything, just shut up, okay? Don't say anything. So she'll get the cart, the cart with the trolley with the luggage. Shh, quiet, quiet. And then she's walking like that, and then there's a guy in front of us. He ran over like the top of his ankle and everything. And then the Chinese guy goes, oh, oh. And then my mom goes, it's them. It's them. It's hard to get such naman siya. Goes, it didn't even hurt that much. in Tagalog.
Ano na, June? Oh, may asawa. Gano'ng katagal na kayo?
Parang yung sagot niya. Ganun pa rin.
Yan na nga ba ang sinasabi ko sa'yo. Pagdating sa pag-ibig, it's a choice. And you really have to work on it. Gano'ng katagal na kayo ni Ayan?
20 years.
High school?
College, first year.
How was it to be with someone that's same age?
I guess it's very challenging because
Sa kanya o sa'yo?
I think both. Kasi, di ba, relationship, ano sila, it has to be sabay.
Ang growth.
Yes.
Eh, paano kung naunang growth?
I believe na mas naunang growth ng women. I don't know.
Ganun
Or
naman.
it's just me. Medyo matured kasi ako eh. Sa relationship, may ganun. May isang mas mature and there's someone na kailangan mong dalhin. But it doesn't mean na siya yung dadalhin mo most of the time. So,
May stages lang.
yes, may stages.
I think in any relationship naman, feeling ko ganun din yun. Kasi ako, hindi naman kami magkasabay edad. Mahirap din. For me, ako naman, I got married before 30 years old ako. I was still very young. So, dun dumating yung beauty ni Chiz kasi inintay niya yung mind ko. So, medyo patient din siya sa akin nun. There was a time naman ako, nung time na yun, feeling ko hindi niya ako iniintay kasi may mga, of course, ano din siya, he had his babies. Nagpapatulog ako ng bata, umiyak sila, umiyak din ako. Humabol naman ako. Nung humabol ako, nasobrahan. I grew up. Parang ako, yung hindi ko naranasan dati, naranasan ko nung time na yun na I want to be independent, I want to be, yung ganon.
See, it's very timing, diba? So, during that time, nasa age ka ng exploring, tapos growing up, while she's can,
He has seen the world. Ako, I was about to see,
can
or I was seeing
accommodate
it.
the attitude. So, it's balance.
But love is a choice.
It is. It is a hard work also.
Jeep kami, kasi never ako nagka-jeep in my life. Yung guy, hindi niya alam na kami yun. Actually, mabilis nga siya eh.
Crush mo na siya noon.
Crush ko talaga siya ever since.
Ikaw yung first.
Oo, crush ko talaga siya. Tapos, nag-dinner muna kami. Hindi kami masyadong nag-uusap kami for a time, tapos medyo nawala, tapos bumalik siya. Tapos ako, parang hindi pa ako ready na mag-boyfriend. On the spot pa nga ako, so, are you my girlfriend? Bakit hindi pa ako ready? Kasi I knew that it was gonna be him. But
Really?
that's why I wanted to delay it a bit. Tsaka talagang minanifest ko siya, no? Tapos sabi mom ko, think of him so he'll think of you. Never thought of me.
So that was the story. That's how it started. It's a jeepney.
Pero not just that, I saw na nung kami na, may tweet na nakalagay doon, oh my God, I'm at the airport and guess who I saw? All caps Heart Evangelista.
Cute. Talagang crush nyo.
In a sense, minanifest niya ako.
Wait, what the
Ano ba yan? Picture ba?
Video. It's a video. Ngayon, picture na. Go, go, go. And here are the newlyweds and our late
Renewally went. Parang sa...
Kiki!
Hold it lang. Cheers! Cheers! Cheers!
Yay! Thank you! Happy Valentine's!
Happy birthday!
Thank you!
Lap, lap, lap!
Sakit ang tiyan ko ah.
Sabi ko na sa'yo eh. Oh. Tingnan natin kung ilang minutes.
We don't get it.
I don't...
Hanapin mo sa loob, meron din ano. Winner.
What is it? I'm scared. Wala.
Nandun sa loob, nungkutin mo lagi sa isa.
Hindi. Isa lang, walang iba? Jeff? Jeff?
Okay, meron ka na.
Boom!
It's a Paraiba! Wow! Ganda! Something blue! Yeah! Ganda! How? Ang ganda!
Ang ganda! Oh!
I love it because he never does this. So it's really over and beyond surprising that he would give me something like that. And I always wanted a Paraiba. And it's the same stone that I spotted in the supplier's something blue. Ang ganda!
The jeweler I get sometimes from her. Pero grabe siya magregalo. Oh my God! Happiest congrats to you and Sir Chiz. Wishing the happiest relationship forever. In Jesus' name.
My God! Emerald!
Kitchen, ha? At hindi siya heated. Let me just say.
Really?
Thank you so much.
Everybody, let's cheers for Heart. It's her birthday. And let's wish for abundance, happiness, and of course, all the dream that you want to achieve. We are all here for you and we are all behind you, whatever you do. Kahit inihiwalay nila tayo, pero in the end of the day, yung umbilical cord natin.
Na magkaduktong pa rin.
Here.
Yeah.
Wow! Happy birthday, Heart!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Thank you!
Tinatanong ko natulog ka o hindi. Ang sinasabi ko, wala akong nakikita nangyayari pa.
Ganda mo. Ganda. You're like glowing. What? Yeah.
O, technically, asan ang altar mo, Badang? Saan?
Hanggang dito yung mga upuan.
Iiwasan mo yung poste. Kasi kung dito may dead spot ka, oh. Yeah, walang upuan sa likod ng poste, di ba? Presumably, di ba? Pahing isa pa.
Baka uurong man pa eh.
Kung andito ka, dead spot eh, oh. Yan ang sinasabi ko sa'yo.
Kasi patagal ko pumunta.
Hindi, nasa ayos ng silya yan. Basically, family and Heart's friends. And my friends. Mas marami lang yung kanya. Pero okay lang yan. But basically, yun lang. People who she's comfortable with, I'm comfortable with. Yung wala kang titimbangin, titimplahin.
Yes.
Maglalakad ng dahan-dahan, ganun. And I think we didn't even need to talk about it.
Yeah,
It
medyo
came
automatic
naturally.
na siya.
Yeah. The names were obvious, actually.
No-brainer. Basta ako ganda lang yung ambag ko dito. Alam niya naman yun eh. Alam niya na yung kailangan niya gawin.
Patungan niya.
Bato. Ayun, no?
Oo, parang kailangan niya ng...
Ayan, itong bato. Ay, ito na naman. Ay, baka... Hindi.
Girl!
Ano oras darating yung boards mo? Alas 7?
From Real Port tomorrow, it's leaving at 9 a.m.
Hi, ma'am. Hi, how are you, ma'am? 15 kami kinasal. Birthday ni Heart 14. Valentine's Day 14. Akala ko nakakatipid ako dahil akala ko mas mura ang bulaklak ng 15.
Kasi natatakot siya na sobrang ganda ng gift kung talagang isang araw lang. Valentine's, birthday, wedding anniversary. So takot siya. No, just kidding.
Actually, it shows the date.
I don't know. I think there was more like it was organized in my head that I would celebrate, and then the day after I turned 30, I would get married. That was it. And plus, the wedding venue wasn't ready to on the 14th. That's why it became 15.
Ako pumayag ako kasi akala ko mas mura yung bulaklak ng 15 eh. Kasi
Hindi
mahal
pala.
naman yung bulaklak ng Valentine's Day. Akala ko mura na yun dahil tapos na yung Valentine's. Yung pala, kailangan mo pa rin siyang orderin na presyong Valentine's para ma-deliver ng 15. But at the end of the day, the date doesn't really matter for me as long as we get the deed done. Kailangan mo palang i-order kasabay ng Valentine para sigurado dumating. Kung hihintayin mo lang yung tira-tira, hindi mo sigurado kung may anong darating. Akala ko rin makakatipid ako na yung Valentine, birthday at anniversary isang regalo na rin. Hindi rin pala.
Idol! 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 Picture tayo to, idol! Idol!
Idol, kapag.
Ba't ba hindi nalalaman ng maaga? Hindi ko maintindihan yan sa inyo, ha? Okay naman, maraming naboballjack. Pero kasama yun ng pagpaplano, kasama yun ng pag-implement. But so far, so good. Minor problems. We're just waiting for the barge to arrive para yung mga gamit madala na. It's supposed to arrive around 2. So you get to see things moving right after 2 p.m. today.
Doon na tayo sa may tubig. Magpapasok na siya.
Patay yun. Patay ka na naman. Wala na tayong magagawa. Masyado mataas yan eh. You have letter ba for Tita Heart? You have to write. There's pen and paper in the room. Ano yung itsura? Nakita mo na ba?
Yan to volleyball on Saturday.
Oh no?
Volleyball
What volleyball?
on Saturday.
Okay. Pag tumayo na siya rito, ibig sabihin, malapit na yon, doon lang patigil. Patigil nga ng lens, Julius. Ay, tanggalin ng upuan. Tanggalin lahat ng upuan sa taas, baba sa baba. Sayang yung ayos ko. Uy, nakatono siya. Anak, you want to learn how to play the piano? I'll play the piano, you sing.
I can't sing.
Of course you can. I've been cheated by you. Ano yan? Since I don't know when. So I made up. Ay, mabagal pala tayo, di ba? I've been... Michael, sama ka, gagawin namin ito bukas. Nasaan na? Ayan.
Si ate magtuturo.
Simple lang naman eh.
Turo pa natin ngayon pala. Si ate pa.
Tito Jet, Nongnong J, Dec, Maynard, Michael will do it sa beach. Okay? Maganda yung pinagawa ko.
How do I feel? Out of all the birthdays that I've had, I feel like this would be the best. It was such a chill birthday, and it was so special because the key people that mean the world to me, and I really truly believe that they love me also. So it was really special because it was priceless. It was a small gathering. It wasn't anything big, but I like that.
Good evening to everyone. We just want to say thank you so much for joining us tonight. Although it is my birthday, it's also Valentine's Day. So Chiz and I have a little something for all of you tonight. Enjoy the dinner and happy Valentine's Day.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Flower lang.
Thank you. Happy Valentine's.
Everyone ready? Smile. One more.
Yung ways na ganun ba? Table sa loob. Nakasabit lang sa rin mga galaw. Ay, nakikita ko nga yung hiwa mo eh. Nakikita ko yung hiwa mo eh. Ayan yung square mo, kita-kita oh.
Michael, wag ka dyan umapa ka, malambot yan. Sinasabi ko na sa'yo, Michael.
Ano ba? Ang saya-saya dapat natin dito. Di nakadalawang beses na pinaiyak mo ako today, ha? Kami yung mga tao magpaiyak sa bride.
Yo.
Beautiful, tita. Kinikiliti na.
Finally, I arrived.
She's 9 years late.
9 years too late, but made it still.
She made it. I'm good, pero hindi pa rin siya magsasalita. Baka may masabi. No, it's nice. You know, I told her, you know, Mom, what the hell? You're late. You're like 9 years late. I made it, didn't I? So it's nice to have her.
Yeah, I heard her. I heard
cute
that.
naman.
Nung nag-usap kayo.
Tsaka chill na siya ngayon. Mellow na siya. Kita naman niya, no?
Yeah, si Melo down.
Oo.
Tapos,
Baka naman tumanda.
hindi. Yung...
Ay, sorry naman. Humigat na.
Matanda na yan. Don't ask and so.
Actually, okay. Actually, okay lang. Basta,
Korean mo.
huwag mo dalhin na.
Ano yung dumikit? Charot.
Char.
Grabe, oh.
Yeah.
Cute, no? Ah!
Mm.
Gets. Isa kalsado. Sino boyfriend mo na to mo?
The Real Factory.
Dad mo.
Ah, hello.
Ang Papa, right? Escudero. Yes. Naka-assignment din si Maki, naghihintay sa gitna. Right? Stage right?
Ato.
Sinestress siya ba lang?
At dahil kayo royal bitch.
Yung wire kita, pag kita yung wire na yun. That point pa.
So this is the necklace, Mom. Ayan yung mga studs na bigay mo. Do you remember your emerald diamond ring?
Yes.
FYI, it's over there.
Ah, nice.
Yung Harry Winston mo.
Yeah.
Pinaklas ko na siya. Cute,
Cute.
no?
Cute.
Ha?
Nice.
Basta may ganyan, ginawa ni Michael Leyva. They say we meet people for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, and that many loves may come into our lives. But in the end, I will always be grateful for the time I have shared with you. For a long time, I would fight the idea of
I could keep a fairy tale like feeling of love. I always believed in it. I always fought for it. I can go hungry. If you give me love, I'll survive. That's one thing that I learned. Like, I'm happy with this lintik na, don't get me wrong, but I live for love.
I sold my soul, you bought it back for me. You soften every edge. You have rearranged the stars and pulled them down to where I am.
What I realized about love is true love will love you during all of the seasons of your ever-changing life. Even if like you really change permanently, like I feel like there's a part of me that really died or changed, but they still love you for who you are because it's still you. And for me, that's real love, because some people would have just loved you for that chapter and they wouldn't love you anymore for the person that you are today. Love grows. You guys grow together. That's true love, and you're solid.
You have proven every word of my favorite love song can become a reality.
And even if when the other one is giving up, the other one won't give up on you, that's true love. And then you just have to wait for it to come back. And I'm so glad that he waited for it to come back for me, because I would come back to him, but if he didn't wait, I wouldn't have him anymore. That for me is important. You have to wait for each other. You can't just give up. So that's why it means so much to me, because like what will I said it actually in my vow, you know, I really thought I knew what love was, but I now know what love and how love should be. And he showed me that. And I'm so glad, because if he didn't wait, oh my God, I would have the biggest regret of my life. That he wouldn't be in my life anymore. I'd be a lost soul. My number one fear, a lost soul.
Just like what I said before, I love you and I will love you always forever with all my heart.
I say it often, and even in our vlogs. Just believe and hold on to the belief that this too will come to pass. If you believe that everything will be all right, then you simply hope that your tomorrow will be today and your today will be the past. And it'll be so soon.
This is it.
The first dress is by Elie Saab.
We opted to have them create this beautiful hood. I wanted it to be as simple as possible, not too big. But the special one was the bouquet, because that one they gave it as a gift, so they made it for me. I was so happy about it. So.
I'll bring to you if you're just...
Ang mga ko yung video, tingin nyo ba kinabahan ka na ng minsan, kakabahan ka pa uli? Hindi naman na siguro, di ba? Hindi na makatarungan yun. At dahil mas konti yung bisita namin yan, mas menos yung sakit ng ulo.
Just relax.
Although nagreklamo yung mami ni Heart na wala daw snacks dun sa villa nila. Yung nanay niya, nag-rant, hindi naman. Sweet na yun na nag-mellow down na siya. At saka sobrang love niya ako ngayon. Ako ang favorite son-in-law niya. Kasi wala namang iba. Walang difference, nandyan. Yung daddy lang niya just really cannot make it, but he has a surprise video for Heart later. I'm older, but I look better.
Yes! We agree!
Guy friends usually say you're crazy for even doing it, meaning getting married. Doing it the second time around, I would have to say that it's not true. You're not even crazier for doing it the second time around. Quite frankly, men should do it. Married men should do it. Because the second time around is always more meaningful for both parties. Given the chance, you'd like to do it the first time as you would do it the second time. Dahil mas alam mo na at mas kabisado mo na, hindi lang yung proseso, pati yung rason kung ba't ginagawa niyo. Okay, tama na yun. Relax na tayo.
So happy for her. And I'm happier because I am around to witness this, finally.
It's never too late.
Looking at each other now.
Smile ka, mas maganda. Yan, ganyan lang.
Yan.
Siya na mag-side mo. Yan, yan.
Yun.
Thank you. Done?
Hindi sabi, diba? Titingin. Tapos, kunwari titingin. Ganyan. Tapos titingin ka sa akin, tapos titingin ko sa gina. Okay.
And unlike you, tita,
Yes.
You do what you need to do.
yes.
Okay, now?
Not yet.
Not yet. Unlike you. Go, tita.
Look at me.
There.
Hindi ka sa
Wait
gina.
lang. Ito. Wait lang, tita.
Ganyan lang. Hard.
Tita, can we do this one more now? Sorry.
The one there?
Yes.
Oh, one more.
Sorry, tita.
One more time. You can do it. You can do it.
Last take na ko.
Last take
take
up.
na, last
Sorry.
Natakot ako sa suot ko, yari ko sa wine mamaya. Game. Alright. Sige, normal lang. Parang
Pag pangalawang kasal, wala nang ganun. Pag una lang.
looking at me. Look down, smiling. Siyempre, tawa lang. Second time na, alam na paano galawan.
Don't look sa camera, parang normal lang. Slowly na walk.
Go.
Tawa-tawa lang. Parang nababaliw lang.
Okay, let's go na. Thank you, Senator. Thank you. Ano magkasigasan na venue? May shoot tayo. May shoot tayo after the ceremony dun sa reception area. Okay. Habang wala pang tao. Yeah. Diba? Apa.
Abot mag-attend, diba?
I'm thinking about it. Uy, edit out yun na nag-make up ako para kunwari, I just woke up like this.
Ito na pagiging ganyan. Pag mapayapa ang pag-iisip mo at masaya ka, alam mo kung anong cure sa stress? Maniwala at manalig ka lang. Na lahat ng mangyayari, planado na ng Diyos at kahit hindi mo man gusto yung kasalukuyan nangyayari sa dulo, maganda pa rin yan. So ba't ka mag-worry? Nag-start ako maging healthy siya ng mga 50-51. That means you have time. If I had time, I still have more time. Basically, QOL lang yan. Quality of life. Which you can only achieve pag healthy ka. Kasi pag hindi, kahit gaano ka kayaman, kahit gaano kasaya buhay mo, bali wala lahat yun. Kung naka-wheelchair ka at humahangos ka at may oxygen ka at hindi ka na makagalaw. So the objective is longevity. Paano ma-achieve? Detox. Garbage in, garbage out yan. You're what you eat at inom tubig. Detox. Basically. Pawis, galaw. Pero man dami mo naman problema, hindi ka pa healthy. Kahit wala kang problema, hindi ka healthy, sakit na ulo pa rin yan. Kahit may problema ka, basta healthy ka, kakayanin mo. Natin namin.
Isang hand na sa... Your pose. Dito konting-konting profile. Yan. And go.
have to look at my vow again.
I feel like my vows were like, it was a generic vow, you know, like, yeah, back then. I meant every word. I wasn't so familiar exactly with how a certain phrase would truly feel in the real world, if you get what I mean. Although I remember this one line that I got from my mom. She had a letter for somebody in her past, and she said, "Forgive the restlessness of my youth." I feel like now that would be more applicable. And I guess that in a sense, it was meant that I say that then because it was like a prediction of whatever. But it was so different because, again, I thought I knew what I was saying, but I truly didn't because I've never been faced with anything like I don't know what marriage is all about.
Ang babaguhin ko lang doon, sabi ko kasi, I promise to love you and you only as I grow older. Dadagdag ko yung word na much, as I grow much older. Konting dagdag lang.
The difference now is that it's like I got certain inserts from my diary and I put it on my vow. Like, it was so personal. Even like there's some like lyrics from songs that I'd cry listening to those songs. I put them there. There is a specific line. It's from the song The Light. It's from Sleeping at Last. And then it says how he rearranged the stars and brought them down to where I am. That's super true. And there's a line that said, like, I sold my soul, you bought it back for me. It's so much more like personal. And if the ink could be like, the ink is just an ink, but if parang I would probably say that that ink that I wrote with was written with my blood. That's how pure and real the vow is. So it's definitely different from the first.
9 years. 9 years felt like 20, but today it feels like 1. So that's the beauty of marriage. You're always growing together. As you go through life, you kind of find something new about yourself and about the other person, but it's growing together that matters the most. Okay.
Soft lang. Huwag parang maling
Nag-walk ka, kick mo. I-kick mo yung dress.
Eh kaso kasi yung kick niya iba pang sporty siya eh. Iba yung kick niya eh.
Look.
No, natatapakan ko siya eh.
Kick it.
Ha? Sige nga. Kick na hindi na
Kick na hindi masakit.
Sige nga, pag ano.
Oh, ayan o, oh.
Let's
go. Sige na.
Should I sit down na so I belong?
Yeah, so you're relaxed.
My name is JC. I'll be hosting a little bit now and more later. We'll be starting in a few minutes' time.
I look into your eyes. It's like watching the night sky. I'm still looking up. And when you're needing your space to do some tomorrow morning, if you wake up and the sun does not appear, I will be here. I will be here when you feel like being quiet, when you need to speak your mind. 'Cause I will be here.
You're 9 years late, but you made it.
While the vows they made on their wedding day stand for all time, Chiz and Heart chose to renew them today as a demonstration of their faith in God, their belief in marriage, and undying love for each other. At this point, we're going to ask a question to both Chiz and Heart. Chiz and Heart, you have shared the joys, blessings, and challenges of married life for 9 years. Your decision to reconfirm your commitment today demonstrates to God your humble recognition of His hand that brought the two of you together. It shows how the reality of marriage taught you to look to Him for grace so that you can further deepen and strengthen your love, respect, trust, and understanding of one another.
We've been together for about 12 years. That's a long time for me, ah. Whoa.
To begin with, you don't count 9, you count it as 10. That's why even her age, I'm counting it as 40 already. 38. Darling, okay lang yan. As long as you don't look it. What is the question again?
It's nice. I honestly feel like I'm gonna get married for the first time.
Nawirduhan ako, tinanong ako ni Doc Ivy, ninang namin sa kasal. So how are you feeling? Are you having jitters? Parang hindi naman. I'm feeling good. Happy.
I was super different when I got married when I turned 30 the last time. So different that sometimes I don't even recognize that version of me. I mean, I know she's there and I treasure her with all my heart because she was so pure and innocent and naive about so many things.
I think she's more comfortable in who and what she is and what she has become. In a way, exudes a sense of confidence and security in a good way, not in an arrogant, bad way. And that's important, especially when you deal with people you meet for the first time, here or abroad. I think importanteng parte yun ng pag-mature ni naman. Sa nakikita ko, nandun na siya at hindi yung parating pa lang o mararating pa lang niya.
But now I feel like if I were to get married for the first time, I feel like this would be the age that I would really get married because, and I think that's an advice. You don't need to rush. Like, please do not rush. Take your time because it really matters talaga. Today, it really matters, this marriage for me, this very moment.
Chiz, Heart, do you reaffirm your love for Heart to fight for him, honor her, submit to him, comfort her, forgive him, provide for her, forsaking all others, cling only to her as long as you both shall live?
Yes, Pastor. Fight for her and not with her.
In other words, I do.
Yes.
I do. Therefore, what God has joined together, let no one separate.
I fought for him every day. I fought for him. I fought with him every day.
With or for?
Both.
Ang ilang percent yung with sa for?
Maliit lang yun. It was really... I thought he was fighting with me, but he was just grumpy. It wasn't about me. But, I don't know. Yeah. I think it was my internal struggle. Na biglang pumutok na lang one day.
To quote a friend na itago natin sa pangalan Jade, laban lang. Araw-araw na laban to.
Yeah, laban lang.
Laban.
At this point, I'd like to ask the couple to please rise again and face each other. All right, Chiz, please repeat after me and look straight into Heart's eyes. Okay, Heart. Heart.
Heart. Hindi pa nakuha, pangalawa na eh. Heart.
Knowing that it is God's will.
Knowing that it is God's will.
For me to be married to you and looking to His grace.
I make a commitment to you today.
In the presence of our Lord.
And before all these witnesses.
To love you with an unconditional love.
To be your wife and helper. I commit to love you.
And submit to you.
And submit to you.
And submit to you more.
Please repeat.
And submit to you more.
I commit to be forgiving always. I will be faithful to you.
pursuing you, never leaving you, nor forsaking you. I will live with you.
but will inspire you
and encourage you all my life.
and encourage you all my life in the good work that God is doing in and through your life
For you and our children.
for our family.
Okay, at this point, the couple would like to exchange personal vows they prepared for each other.
Not very long ago, I had the most horrible dream. I had dreamt that there were a group of thieves. Each had brought their set of own precise skills and had successfully stolen my heart, massacred and chopped up the most precious piece of me, and scattered it all over. As I woke up in pure panic, knowing how imminent it was not to be fearful, confused and enraged, gasping for air, I was left with only one thought lingering in my mind. Where can I find the one thing I valued the most? My heart went missing. The heart that contained most valuable memories from the deepest, darkest secrets, the whole universe with endless rooms filled with laughter, and archives of the most saddest poems I've ever written, but was never meant to be read out loud. Songs for angels, soul-bounded lyrics from diaries of my childhood. How can I find my heart once more? I had a feeling of anger and resentment, but there was still an inkling of hope. Hope and faith was the reason I awoke. I was alive, but I never felt so alone. I knew one thing, that what the devil used for evil, God will use for good. And I always believed that I had a childlike faith to a fault at times, but I never stopped believing. And so I kept searching. After countless of emails, letters, and requests, sad to say I was never able to find my heart again. In life, sometimes, we need some things to be hurtfully taken away in order for us to feel renewed and to be given a second life, a new beginning. And so in the end, I did get a response, a miracle. I was given a brand new heart, a heart that came with an upgrade to boot, stronger, bigger, wiser, and with freshly painted rooms. Getting married again, second time around. We're even now. Still seems like it's actually my first. And I do truly believe it's actually my first time. Because I knew what love was before, but now I know what love should be. A lot of married people will resonate with what I'm saying as I stand here today in front of you as a testament. That is, it's never actually too late. Nothing in life should be too late. It's all about God's perfect timing, and today is exactly that. I thank you for being the perfect example of what a husband should be. Yes, you are not perfect. You're not perfect. Ako lagi yung parang mali, pero I'll just put that out there. But you are close to it. Pwede na. You have proven what real love is. You waited. You accepted. And you had faith in the heart that I have today. Because only true love will remember the heart, no matter what season, no matter how long it took. You reminded me of who I am when I couldn't remember. They say earth angels are meant to struggle here and forget their power. And so I shall remind you every day that you have been one of the greatest archangels in my life. Your one true unique power is hidden in your golden heart, and that is unconditional love. That love healed a lot of people around you, and it has healed me. How my life would have been if you weren't around. You are not just a husband, but you are the greatest angel there is. God knew exactly what was going to happen in my life, so He had it mapped out even before I was born, and He made sure to send me one of His best angels because He knew one day I was going to need someone exactly like you. So they say we meet people for a reason, a season, or a lifetimes, and that many loves may come into our lives. But in the end, I will always be grateful for the time that we have shared together. I sold my soul, and you bought it back for me. You have softened all the edges. You've rearranged the stars, and you have pulled them down to where I am. You have proven every word of my favorite love song can become a reality. And just like what I said before, I will love you and I will always love you with all my heart.
Parang hirap naman tapatan nun. Dapat nauna yata talaga ako.
In 2015, when we got married, I said, I will love you and you only as I grow older. It's been nearly a decade and we've been through a lot of highs, a lot of lows. Maraming masaya, minsan may malungkot. Dumating din minsan yung panahon na sobrang lungkot. There was a time that I wished and prayed to God that my future will be my present and my present would already be my past. Hiniling ko na sana yung bukas ko maging ngayon na lang, yung ngayon ko maging nakaraan na agad-agad. Sa araw na to, binigay at isinakatuparan ng Diyos yun. Na yung kinabukasan ko, naging ngayon, yung ngayon ko noon, naging nakaraan na. And in the course of that time, I became a Christian. And I read the Word of God a lot. And one thing more than any other part of that Word I would like to share with those who are married here too, and to you. The first marriage recorded on earth is that of Adam and Eve. But there was no ceremony. But it beat any other ceremony that will exchange I do's or will exchange vows. The ceremony that took place was in the form of creation, when God created woman. God could have chosen to create woman from man's head to rule over him. God could have chosen to create woman from man's feet so that he can trample upon her. Instead, he chose to create woman from man's rib and side to stand side by side with him. He didn't get something from his head, instead got something from his side under his arms to always protect you, to always protect woman. He didn't get something from his feet so that it would be closer to his heart, so that man would always love woman and consider woman his beloved. When I said I would love you and you only as I grow older, I can change that now. I promise not only to do that, I promise to protect you from everything that's bad in this world, even from yourself, from myself sometimes. I promise to stand beside you and by your side, even from the sidelines, watching and clapping as you grow, excel, and be who you are meant to be. And I promise to love you as I grow much, much, much older. I love you and I always will.
He is one solid pillar that you can count on no matter what. Despite of him being who he is, not just like how you guys know him, but like he's just somebody who is solid with his principles and his values.
A pillar too, insofar as my emotional stability is concerned and peace. And also at the same time, an inspiration and a reason to do things, to wake up and to strive.
No matter what, he really stood by our marriage and he never gave up.
Kaya nga ang song kong pinili habang naglalakad ako, I won't give up on us eh. Because I won't. Simply because I won't. And simply because, as I said, sometimes she doesn't realize who she is at a certain point in time or certain times, but those who know and love her do. And it's a matter of waiting for that person, me included, to come around.
I didn't even want it, you know, like I didn't even care where the world was gonna take me, where my rage and anger because of my own, bakit ako naiiyak? But it's true. I wasn't thinking straight. I didn't even know who I was during that time. But he really still like reminded me who I truly am, who my core heart, he reminded me, even if I didn't want it, I rejected it, I didn't want it. That's rare for somebody like him. I mean, if I were him, I would have pride. He has no pride, and I don't think that's, love has no pride.
You get to learn new things each day, actually, each year, each day, and I expect to learn a lot more about her in the coming years. But thus far, not really learned, kasi alam ko naman na ganun talaga siya eh. Ultimately, and at the end of the day, she has a clean heart. As her name suggests,
iba siya. He really is a solid pillar, not just as like a partner, a husband, as a friend, as a father. He's it. Like, they don't make it like that anymore, that's for sure. He's a rare find.
We would like to ask for the rings. Just as the rainbow is a sign, the constant reminder of the covenant promise that God made with Noah, these rings are the signs of the covenant Chiz and Heart entered into on their wedding day. As you both place the ring upon each other's finger, go ahead, you may re-wear the rings. Remember that these rings serve to remind you of your covenant vows to love each other with an eternal love, and that your future began today. Chiz and Heart, because you have renewed the promises you made to each other on your wedding day, through the renewing of your vows, the re-wearing of your rings, by the charge of God, I affirm your marriage covenant as husband and wife. Let's give them another big hand. May the good Lord continue to rule and reign in your marriage and family. I pray that God's blessings and favor continue to overflow in your married life. And Chiz, you may now kiss your wife. Mabuhay ang muling kinasal.
Once again, mabuhay ang muling kinasal. Palakpakan naman po natin, Mr. and Mrs. Chiz at Heart Escudero.
Honestly, I wanted to get married on our 5th year. I wanted my dad to be there and my mom to be there. But I think we were both too busy and it didn't really matter as much. It was more of also like a blah year. You know, there were some things that happened to us.
Actually, it was supposed to be last year, which was our 8th. Again, you can do it anytime. But then again, the dress wasn't ready at that time, so we had to do it this year.
When we sat down again, actually he proposed to me. And when he proposed to me, right away I said, I don't want to plan just yet. I didn't feel yet it was the time to truly celebrate because I was really going through a tough time. After it was like a year, a good year. Then I started to, okay, I'm ready. But my dad got sick, so he couldn't make it because he went to the States and he was too weak to go back and forth. That's just like a bonus because my dad and, everybody is okay. So yeah, it took like a good year to plan it out. But it really truly mattered to me around 9 months ago. It took 3 months, 2 months before I said, okay, let's get married.
But at the end of the day, it's nice when you go through some things to start anew and start fresh. And that's, I think, the main motivation, whether it was the 5th, the 8th, the 9th, or if you count it as the 10th. It in a way symbolizes that you're starting again. And any start is actually a good thing. Whether you're talking of marriage, business, work, or what have you. It's always a good thing to start anew.
Heart, was you chase you to the auditor?
Yes.
Yes.
With the guest. 9 daw.
Talikod kasi sa mula. Yan. Tingin ka. Just look into each other lang. Okay.
Thank you. I love the little switcheroo. Now, from Elie, please relate the rest. Now, without further ado, gives me great pleasure to present to you Mr. and Mrs. Chiz and Heart Escudero. Palakpakan naman po natin sila.
I just want to say thank you so much for spending your Valentine's Day also with us and for being here with us and celebrating. We truly appreciate all of you. I also want to say, Ate Mitch, thank you for being with us. And yeah, here. Maganda yung vow ko, so yeah, it's your time to shine.
Siya dapat yung magsalita ng iba. Anyway, thank you everyone for being here. Karangalan namin na makapiling kayo, makasama kayo, mga tunay na kaibigan, mga tunay na kamag-anak. Mommy Cecilia, welcome. Huliman daw at magaling, maganda pa rin. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the night.
I hope you won't mind being on your feet for the next segment of the program. This will be quite quick because we have a couple of messages from your family to start things off.
9 years ago, I stood here today filled with a roller coaster of emotions. As most of you know, our parents weren't present back then, and me and my sisters were left with the tremendous responsibility of filling their shoes. But like in everything in our lives, in God's perfect time. Tonight, I have not but one sad bone in my body. The tears I've cried today have all been tears of joy. I'm grateful, happy, blessed. You see, in the end, it all worked out. The irony of it all is how much our dad and Chiz get along. How alike they were in many, many ways. I suppose that's why Heart fell in love with him, aside from his dashing looks and great body, of course. You tend to gravitate towards what you are often familiar with, what makes you feel safe, what makes you feel like home. I won't say that my brother-in-law and I hit it off right away. I mean, there were never any qualms between us, but I suppose we never really had that chance to bond. Up until 2022, I felt like I was living the moment with both of you. Para akong pigeon, sending one message to the other, trying my very best to help mend things and mediate to the best of my ability. For a time, feeling ko ako nga naging asawa ni Chiz. My day began with a text from him and it would end with a good night from him. In fact, minsan pag hindi siya nag-text, nagtataka ako. Buti na lang hindi seloso si Andrew. It's funny how God plans everything out. The timing of it all. It was because of that rough patch that they were meant to endure. Brought me close to my brother-in-law. It was during that time that I truly got to know the unguarded version of him. It was the first time I saw him in a different light, the humanized version of Chiz, which gained my utmost respect, admiration, and love for him. We talked a lot about God. Kuya would always send me Bible verses, daily quotes, praise songs, and one of my favorite verses that resonated with me. I am not where I'm supposed to be, but I'm glad I'm not where I used to be. It is only by God's grace and His master plan that we are back here now again where it all began. God purposely had them go through that time as an awakening for them. He molded them to become a better husband and a better wife. Kuya, I am grateful for you. Thank you for never giving up, for showing us what a marriage should be, by standing your ground, but knowing when to compromise and acknowledge your mistakes. Thank you for being the better version of you, for Heart. If you only see all the small things that Chiz does on a daily basis, then you would know what I am saying. They say, behind every great man stands a woman. But in this case, Heart's achievements and success would not be possible without your unwavering support and unconditional love for her. Behind this great woman, Love Marie Pauco Escudero, stands an extraordinary man, her husband, Francis Joseph Escudero. I love you, and I'll always be looking forward to more TikToks, trivias, and cook out weekends with you. To my heart, my sister, my panganay, and my best friend. I love you like I love my own children. And those of you that know me know that that's the most profoundest love that I could share. Your heartaches are my heartbreaks. Your enemies are my own. And your success is my happiness. Watching you for all these years doing what you've always dreamed of doing and more. Being what you were always destined to be. Everything you touch turns to gold. That's what sets you apart. That's what makes you heart. And although I may not be able to accompany you on your adventures as often as I would like to, I'm always there for you, just like the invisible string that has tied us together since the beginning of time. Vicariously living your life through your 1,000 daily IG stories a day. Your life is like a fairy tale that only one could wish for. And though every fairy tale has a culprit, you still got your happily ever after. Having expressed all these praises to the couple, I'd like to end my speech by a video for someone who holds our heart.
Heart, gusto ko sabihin sa iyo, naiiya lang ako sa iyo. Pero sana maintindihan mo ako kaya ako nagpunta dito. Pasensya ka na, hindi kita mailakad uli. Di mo, noon nakaraan, 6 na taon bago ko nakita yung pinuntahan nyo at nagpakasal kayo. Ngayon, ito na naman, hindi na naman kita malakad. Alam mo, pangarap ko rin na ilakad kita pero hindi ko nagagawa. Ito ako sa Amerika. Papalakas, nagpapagaling. Para siguro, mas maganda na yun. Kung lumakas ako, mas madami pa tayong pagsasamahan. Kaysa naman, nandyan ako na nangihina naman ako. At thank you nga pala sa lahat ng ginawa mo sa akin nung nagkasakit ako na operahan ako. Maraming salamat sa iyo. At congratulations nga pala sa inyong dalawang wedding niyo uli. Sa wedding vow niyo uli ngayon. At sana maging maayos kayo. Kaya ng dati hinihingi ko. Maging magsama kayo habang buhay. So, congratulations pala sa iyo, Heart. Happy birthday and congratulations sa wedding. Okay, I see you in Manila. Thank you. Bye.
It's my great pleasure to present to you, escorted by Kino Escudero, ladies and gentlemen, former Representative Evangelista Escudero. Palapakan naman po natin.
Alam mo, before you got married, Chiz, I was telling you, are you sure of your decision? No, because, di ba, the first one, it didn't go well. So, I was just thinking that probably it wouldn't be the same. Okay, it has been 9 years in this same building that I have congratulated you both. And I now congratulate you again for your commitment for everlasting, I hope. The past years may have brought you a mixture of ups and downs, but most of all, this made you stronger and more in love with each other. Your renewal today marks a new beginning of commitment of love for the rest of your lives. Some say perfect couples do not exist, but you are an example of this. Diba? I'm happy for you, and you know that love will keep you alive forever. Many years will be ahead of you, filled with beautiful memories and everlasting love. And it is love that brings greater blessings one can have. Sabi dun sa Bible, which Chiz always says every so often, love is kind. Ang ibig sabihin nun, pinagbibigyan mo lagi ang isa't isa. Love does not envy. Ibig sabihin nun, you're happy kung may blessings ang isa't isa. Love does not act wrongly. Love is not ambitious. Love does not seek itself. Love devises no evil on the other person. Love does not rejoice over iniquity, but rejoices in truth. Love suffers all, believes all, hopes all, and endures all. May this kind of love be enshrined in your lives. I'd like to share with you a homily I heard yesterday during Valentine's Day by Bishop Sok Villegas. First, he wants to correct our notions of love, from the symbol of Cupid shooting an arrow to our hearts of sacrifice of Christ on the cross. They say there is no greater love than to die for one love. Okay, according to Bishop Sok, love is expressed by sacrifice in capital letters. By suffering with your loved one or suffering instead of your loved one. Love may be also expressed by prayer. When we pray, we are in the presence of God. Thus, it is the joy of love to be present to the loved ones, to sit by, to stand by, to eat with. Thus, love is your presence to each other. Huwag kayong mag-iiwanan, ibig sabihin nun. Love is also shown by giving. Love is generous. Love goes without counting the cost. It is said that you can give without loving, but you cannot love without giving. It is said that you love until it hurts, because your giving has become so much a part of you that you cannot live without giving. Today, I hope and pray that you, Chiz and Heart, express this kind of love in your everyday lives, now and forever. God bless you always with His everlasting love that will bring you more joy and happiness. Lastly, I wish you a long-lasting love to bring you to eternity. Love you both.
Nanay Evie, and we love that message.
Heavenly Father, as we gather here today in joy of this celebration, we thank you for the love and blessings you have given us. We give thanks for this opportunity to come together in fellowship, and may your presence be felt among us now and always. Bless, O Lord, in these thy gifts which we are about to receive from thy bounty. Through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Pero maraming salamat po.
Boses pa lang nung ano ko
She also came here on her birthday. It's great that she's not listening to me. Great. So this will be an extra surprise. I would like to invite everyone to sing all together a happy birthday song for Bless Leyva. Bless, please join us here in front. Everyone! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Make a wish, darling, make a wish. Then, low! Happy birthday to you. Oh, diba? I think that's a surprise well executed. Palapakan naman po natin si Senator Chiz and si Hart for making it a point to make everybody feel extra special on their day.
That we have here your closest friends and family, and I'm wondering to myself, kabisado kaya nila ang mga pinagsasasabi ninyo sa inyong mga video? Here we go. First quote. Even though I'm tired, I will still accept work because I'm a slave to my expenses. Sino nagsabi niyan? Sino nagsabi niyan? Ah, are you sure? Very sure. You're absolutely right. Click it. Next. Yeah. I promise from today until forever, you will no longer walk alone. Sabi po, Mr. Anton, Senator Chiz, who said it? It was hard! Remember? Remember? Alright, palapakan naman po natin si Sir Anton Santero. What a good sport. Thank you for taking that shot. There is no formula for true love. Who said that? Who said that? If you're wrong, you take a shot. Sabi po ni Bless, Sir Chiz, ang tamang sagot, yes! You're
So easy, this is hard.
Oh my! Siyempre, sinimulan niya with this is so easy. The correct answer, those are the words of Senator Chiz Escudero. Shot. That's why we're doing this. Two shots, because of the certainty, because of how sure she was.
Mr. Ramon Ang, you were my partner. Hindi ka pa pwede umalis. You have to stand beside me.
After 9 years, Chiz and Heart looks younger.
Yes.
Tignan mo naman si Heart. Super ganda. Ay, si Chiz naman lalong gumaling.
Bakit po kaya?
Kailangan sa lalaki, matalino, magaling, malakas.
Hindi pwedeng masyadong gwapo si Chiz kasi magkakaproblema tayo eh. Perfect na siya masyado.
Tama yun. Lahat ng abilidad nasa iyo na. Can you imagine kung hindi ka pa naman maabilidad, makukuha mo ba si Heart?
Sabi ko nga ang gwapo-gwapo niya tonight eh. Siyang winner, the big winner for tonight is Mr. Chiz Escudero.
So, Chiz, we wish you to be happy together forever. Salamat sa inyo.
Akala ko makakalusot na ako kasi nagsalita na si Mr. Ramon Ang eh. Anyway, I didn't realize how important my role was as a ninang until a few years back when Heart would be in the clinic and she would confide in me, and I felt like I was not just her doctor but also her big sister and her advisor. So I felt that I really lived up to my role as a ninang. And Chiz, always remember, I've always been a protector of your marriage. I've always been pro-Chiz, and I've always told Heart that you always have to appreciate Chiz because it's not easy to find a guy like him. Alam mo yon, he's not only good-looking, he's really everything. He's smart, and I know that you really love Heart, and I can feel it. Heart, I must say you're so lucky to have Chiz in your life. Chiz yung balato ko ha, don't forget. I really protected and supported you. Heart, remember if you need anything, I'm just a call away. And Chiz, I will always protect you and I will always be here for you also. Congratulations to both of you. And I'm so honored to be part of your family and I'll always be here for you guys. Love you both.
Maraming salamat po muli sa inyong pagpunta. Now, since you already have your drink, I would like to request the presence of our best man, Philip J. Escudero. Best man, please join us here in front.
Thank you. I'll just make this short and hopefully sweet. It seems that Chiz has forgotten the advice I gave him during my last toast 9 years ago. So I'll take this opportunity to kind of remind you. It was a couple of days before their wedding that we asked Heart to sing while we were partying at the KTV room at Oslo del Sol. And she sang Listen to My Heart. After that, I asked her, is that your song for Chiz? She goes, no, it's just a song I know. That's when I realized that would make great advice for Chiz. So lest you've forgotten Chiz, let me remind you, listen to your heart always, both literally and figuratively. Diba, para wala na yung gulo-gulo na yung tampo-tampo. And I can even update it. Chiz, listen to heart always. Diba, highlights. To Chiz and Heart, may always be each other's forever. Congratulations.
With that, my friends, raise your glasses, click them, and drink them. Now, a few words of thanks and appreciation from Mr. and Mrs. Escudero.
Sa muli, sa lahat na nandito ngayong gabi, kumpara nung nagdaang pagpapakasal namin, sabi ko, kulang man, sapat na yon para maging ganap yung gabi niya. Ngayon, Mother, hindi na kulang, hindi man kumpleto, higit nung nakaraan. Maraming salamat, Mother. My mommy, Cecilia, kahit late ka na 9 years, okay na yan. And to everyone who came here to spend the time, who took the time out to be here, thank you. And for everyone who, karamihan dito kasi kaibigan ni Haiku. naging kaibigan ko na lang din. Thank you for always being there for her. Thank you for always being there for us. And your family, my family, our friends, thank you for being there. We appreciate it. See you in 3 years' time because we will renew again in 3 years' time. Thank you and good evening. No, it's an excuse to see each other, to drink, be happy, and most importantly, to dress up and look good. Thank you and good evening.
Chiz, lasing na po ako pero kailangan natin mag-vlog to.
Ako hindi, ikaw.
The wedding.
It was great. That's how the wedding was. That's how it was. It was the end of the night. It was so fun.
Thank you, Balesin.
Thank you, Balesin. Good night.
Cover.
Ito daw yung pinaka-healing power. Yung imbornal na halik.
Ang bigat mo.
Gusto niya na sa ibabaw yung kamay niya. Ayun pa niya. Oh.
You guys are gonna be bringing some flowers today. We came from Balesin, from the wedding. Now we have landed and arrived home, and this is what is home. And as you know, we have our dogs, which is the special blessing, the cats. But this is something else. Momoy, thank you so much. Ang ganda naman ng flowers. Grabe naman, babe. Delvo sent pa all the way here. Hoy, sobrang taba ni Che ah. Cheche story, when the house was being constructed, she was the dog na nandito nung construction. Tapos aso siya ng Tisoy, his name's Tisoy. And then Tisoy, hindi niya alam kung anong gagawin niya sa aso nito kasi nagtatrabaho. I think kailangan magbago na sila ng construction site. So nakita ko siya. Sabi ko, where are you going? Sabi ko, ang mabait pala siya. Diba, mabait pala siya. Tapos umiinom lang siya ng tubig dun sa yung puddle ng mga semento, ganyan. Kaya, pero ang bait-bait. So, si Chiz, minahal niya si Tisoy. So, Tisoy started to work for us. And then ako, minahal ko naman si Cheche. And then, kahit may mga ganyan siyang ugali, no anak, di ba? Binago na natin yung ang pagpapalaki ko sa'yo. Pero Tisoy, he worked for us, and then he passed away. Pero kinuha pa rin namin si Cheche. Diba? Cute. Huh? This is from Dior. Cute. This one's from, Bulgari. Cute. Gcash. Ang ganda naman. Okay, from Plantista family. Oh my God, Guerlain! I love Guerlain. Oh, Gucci. Ganda naman. Oh my God, it's from the Directions. Lamzo, Jamie, Mel, and Angie. Guys, all the way from Singapore. A Chemi Glow. Huwag kayo magpapatay, ang sinasabi ko sa inyo, ha? This is from... Oh, Miss Lilibeth, thank you so much. Miss Gigi. Miss G, grabe. Hayop naman, Miss G. Grabe ka naman. Ang ganda. Grabe naman ito. Bakit di pa ganon? Oh my God, you have prestige products. Got some more prestige. I think it's the whole line. By the looks of it, I have a feeling this is from Jewel. Yes, this is from Jewel Fuster. Jewel is my dear friend and she's also my interior designer. She helps me with my house for free. And then, minirigaluhan niya ako ng books. Pero minimalist siya. Kaya lagi niyang tinatago yung mga books. So, saan ko na naman ito ilalagay? Binigyan mo naman ng problema, Jewel, ha? Jewel and Scent. Babe! Babe! Iba rin? Oh my God, ang ganda, Jewel. Do you know that I have the exact same one in Paris but in black? And I have the exact same one in Paris. Opulence, you are launching Dolce & Gabbana Casa. Nakakaiyak, ha? Oh my God! You know what? Maliligo na ako ngayon na. I have to go. Charot. I needed a new robe, Tess. Alam mo na, pag may init ang ulo ko, ganun mo agad mawawala. Blanket. Ang ganda naman ito. Oh, para siyang ombre, oh. Ang mga regalo, actually, that's good to discuss because when a brand gifts you, you're in the Philippines, you're supposed to get taxed for it, especially if they gift it to you because you need to post it. But, if it's a personal gift, tatax mo pati yung gift ng nanay mo. Dr. Ivy, ah. Grabe na talaga, ha?
Iniwan niya lang sa doon, diba?
Oh!
Pwede kaya.
Ganda naman. Ay, grabe naman. Doktora naman. Ang ganda naman yan. It's from Ami Jewels. Oh, ang ganda.
Baka may mga bastos dito, ha? Ito maganda to. Subukan ko to. Sleep patch. Regalo ko kay Joyce.
Wow.
Ito yung pangalawa nun. Magaganon muna. Then Joyce, pangalawa.
Magandang gabi.
Dumadami na daw yung mga bags.
Dumadami na yung mga bags ni Sam. Hi, Sir Chiz!